Turkish Airlines downgraded my flight from this to this. Ugh, tons of people cancelled their flights, but I decided to stay and it was a great decision. So in this video, I want to show you why this business class seat is really not that bad and in fact being one of the best in such seating arrangements. I'll also show you my journey from Mexico City, having a quick layover in Cancun and all the way to Istanbul. So make sure to stick around till the end of this short video as I'll show you how to get this flight for essentially free by using points and how many points I used. My day started by leaving the Courtyard Hotel, which is within the airport terminal. Super convenient and affordable, highly recommended. I made my way to the check-in counter to get my boarding pass. While waiting, I saw this. Yep, that was the original plan. There's also complimentary lounge access, but that lounge is also shared with other priority pass holders and I already knew it's not that great. I'll show you later and you see for yourself. But the good thing is, there are Amex Centurion lounges in this airport. Did you notice I said lounges? Yes, there are actually 3 of them in this airport. Goodness, do they really need 3 in the same airport? So the closest one for me is actually located in Terminal 1 in the pre-security screening area. Do you need me to tell you how to get in? I'm sure you already knew it by now, so let's just skip that. As usual, you'll see the picture of that Amex dog somewhere, that little bitch. There is plenty of seating in this moderately sized lounge, and from a certain angle, you can see the entire facility. And even though there is no view, I like the soft lighting in this lounge. There is actually another section of this lounge. I'm not 100% who gets access, but I was told it's for the Centurion members, aka the black card holders. Nonetheless, they let me in to take a quick peek, as there's no one in there at that time. Another thing to point out is that I didn't see any food around and drinks need to be ordered, and some of them actually cost money. But anyway, let's move on. So once I passed the security, I went to the lounge that the airline had originally planned for me, the Grand Lounge Elite. What a name, because I really didn't think it was that grand nor elite about it. It was really just so-so, but they do have some passable hot food though. Just don't expect a huge buffet or anything. And it's time to board. Let's check out today's aircraft, the Boeing 777-300ER, and the seats are from the previous generation, but more on that later. There are a total of 49 business class seats in this aircraft, split into 2 cabins, and I chose to be the slightly smaller cabin behind, and I picked seat 7A. Well, since nobody is seated beside me, 7B is essentially mine, and this is quite important to know, so listen up. Usually, when Turkish Airlines swap the plane from the newer aircraft with the newer business class seats, they are either from the Airbus A350 or the Boeing 787, and you can see that they have much less business class seats, only 32 and 30 seats respectively, and many passengers would actually change their flight to a later date just so they can fly the newer seats, resulting in even more empty seats in this aircraft. Now, even though these are the older business class seats, I love the color and I thought they were very well maintained. Okay, maybe not zoom in this much. There are tons of storage space in the footrest and virtually unlimited amount of space for your legs even while sleeping. Most business class seats have a finite and restrictive amount of space for your legs, even for this kind of seating arrangement, but Turkish Airlines decided to just leave everything open, and that is a huge plus for everyone. We'll continue with the seating discussion, but now it's time to take off from Mexico City and have a quick layover in Cancun. Turkish Airlines provides free Wi-Fi for everyone, as long as you are a member of their free loyalty program. Not a whole lot of free data though, but still something. Shortly after takeoff, I put up my table from my armrest just like that, as I'm gonna eat something, nothing fancy, just some small bites for this short flight. One good thing about this table is that you can rotate it and push it out like that, so you can leave your seat during a meal if you have to. Next, I want to talk about their in-flight entertainment, because it is so far away from you. Even though it's a touchscreen system, it's best to use the wired remote control to navigate the system. The flight comes with amazing noise cancellation headphone as well. and the quality feels really good, both the headphone itself and the sound quality. And now we are gonna have a quick stop in Cancun. Of course, all these US airlines are here. Who am I kidding? While I'm waiting, I will serve a refreshing lemonade and the main menu for after takeoff later. The option looks pretty good. Feel free to pause if you want to take a closer look. And here's the wine list. Moving on to one of my favorite parts of every flight, the amenity kit. Take a look. I really like the simple design, and let's check out what's inside. There's your body lotion, facial mist, which is really rare in amenity kits. It's really dry in the cabin, and this really helps. And then there's a lip balm and earplugs with a small case. That's very thoughtful. Most earplugs are just given to you in those crappy plastic bags, and then there are stickers that you will never use. And a photo of white man. Not sure what to say of it, but okay. Then there are the socks, which are super comfy. And lastly, a very controversial looking eye mask. And let me just put them out nicely for a photo op. There you go. Cancun is such a nice place for tourists. From my view, you see resorts after resorts and after even more resorts. Well, I guess that just sums it up. After takeoff, I was given a wet towel to freshen up, and to make myself more comfortable, I want to change into the slippers. Let me tell you, these are like the best slippers for people with large feet. The hood is extra spacious and the base is extra wide, super comfy. Trust me, bring this home with you. I have been traveling everywhere with these slippers since this flight. They're just so good. Shortly after, I was served some warm mixed nuts and a glass of rosé prior to my meal. The meal setup comes with this fake candlelight. I also noticed many Middle Eastern carriers doing the same thing. And beside it are my bread and condiments. Turkish Airlines is one of the few airlines that takes out the meal tray while serving, so you get to see what other options look like. I picked the beef avocado salad and mushroom soup as my appetizer. Oh, that soup is amazing. You have to try it. I actually asked for a second one after. As for my entree, I picked the chicken breast. Nothing fancy, but it tasted decent. The meat is surprisingly tender. I picked the peach cake with vanilla sauce as my dessert. Well, I didn't actually pick that. It was the only option left. Both the Turkish baklavas and the apple crumble were all taken. They really should have stocked up more baklavas. Everyone loves them. After a big meal, it's time to hibernate, the best way to gain all the regrettable weight. As mentioned earlier, the seat beside you is most likely gonna be empty, so you can set up the seat and bed combo. Kinda reminds me of Lufthansa's first class that was cancelled a few years ago. Duvet and blankets are provided for each seat, and the pillow is somewhat firm, which is a plus for me. The quality of these items are also good. They are soft to touch and feel very comfortable even after using them for a long time, and I think they nailed the color once again. Let me just mention this one more time, how much I appreciate the amount of legroom I got. I move around quite a lot during sleep, so the leg space is definitely my favorite part of this flight. If you find yourself getting hungry after a few hours of sleep, there are some small snacks available during the flight. But if you can wait, then you'll be rewarded by a 2-course breakfast that includes a fruit platter and followed by an egg omelette. To thank everyone for sticking around till this far into the video, let me explain how I got these flights at a fraction of the cost. This Turkish Airlines business class flight from Mexico City to Istanbul is part of my larger trip which continues on to Abu Dhabi in the brand new A350-1000 and then to Singapore with the 787 Dreamliner. I used a total of 110,000 aeroplane miles prior to the devaluation in 2022, 105,000 for the distance flown and 5,000 more for a stopover in Istanbul. If you were to book these flights today, it would cost you 120,000 miles instead, not too terrible of a devaluation. The fuel surcharge and tax I paid for this flight are as follow: total to 170 Canadian dollars, around 125 US dollars. That's quite a steal, even for just this flight alone, and the two following flights just sweeten the deal even more. And now we are touching down at the brand new Istanbul airport. Make sure to stay tuned to my video updates because I have so many amazing hotel stays I've booked using points coming up, and I can't wait to show you everything.